useless. What does it mean?
Relax. Now, I'm going to show you a useless president who wants to come back again. Former president who wants to come back again. We're in this country. Hear them saying he's a useless vice president. Did you hear that?
He used the word, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
And you allowed it go?
Oh, but
no, I'm not asking Adam. I am not asking Adam. Did you hear that? And did you allow it to go?
When they say something is useless, what does it mean?
Relax. Now, I'm going to show you a useless president who wants to come back again. Former president who wants to come back again. We're in this country. We slept in the dark for more than 4 years. Such a useless president wants to come back again and plunge us into further darkness. We were in this country. Young teachers who had taught for 3 years could not get salary. Those who got salary were only paid for 3 months. Such a useless Mahama wants to come back to become a president of this country. We were in this country. Young graduates from polytechnic, university, all across board could not even get employment. There was a total ban on employment by such a useless Mahama. Such a useless Mahama wants to come back again to be our president that you are proud of. We are in this country. All indicators, everything that shows that you are running a country broke down by a useless Mahama. You are proud to introduce that useless Mahama to us. That one, you are confident, you are proud to introduce such a useless Mahama to us. We are in this country. A whole, you're talking about credibility, a whole system of government had to set up an investigation to investigate a then vice president Mahama became a president. Such a useless person. You want to bring him back to the country. You want to bring him back to the country. We were in this country.
Bawumia has no credibility.
Such a useless
a chronic liar. I can tell you over 90, even on this paper, I have listed over 90 lies told by Dr. Bawumia. Bawumia that changed condition president
and acknowledge the
PDS scandal.
After 2 months of acknowledging that rule, after 2 months
he has no credibility. We all know Dr. Bawumia. Bawumia has no credibility.
Such a useless vice.
I'm telling you, Doctor, look, I have on this list, and I can introduce
him back again.
Dr. Bawumia.
You think we don't know Mahama and everything he has done in this country?
All the things you have said. No, but you said
all those useless things he did.
No, but you said
activities he was involved in.
You are set up.
You are want to raise the credibility.
You are set and say we are. You are set. No, you want to talk about credibility? Which one? Now we have John Dramani Mahama.
You have a thief.
After 8 years of being a former president, please,
everything you want to describe.
If you want to look at it,
all right, gentlemen.
Abusia wansanfo from Unsono, Northern region for no chase, Bibli nom cocoa pastel to Omato to be amane a year, old boya for 50 quote, and I'm Sabioko Kafa, and Muyan for Doctor Mahmoud Bawumia and home, Abusiani and Saka videos in Rebecca, Nayakwa Aquacuti.
Politics of issues and not insults.
Okay.
Yes, everyone into a year Fifi Kwete. I'm a northerner. Fifi Kwete, Akojina Northern region. Ejina Northern is a name. I say, Dr. Bawumia eyenim gwase di manof into me and Dr. Bawumia be president. What is this doing? Sanka unani na dru be bia we friends Dr. Bawumia akwa me din this obekwa akogina be bia ka say oye disgrace oye nim gwase di manuna for. We don't want to empese be kasetia tribe bia.
Okay.
Man my opportunity to speak against any tribe.
Okay.
The most important thing is Dr. Bawumia, even not politics. Baby and abrabo wakudru obia pese oye odefo akwa no ho pra se obet se ono obi ofiri sakasaka primary school saito anantia akwa Harvard akwa British Columbia akwa ye PhD achira de wa abrochiri abeye adwuma o Bank of Ghana arise through the ranks abeye deputy governor Bank of Ghana no ka so oye nim gwase de ma senfo what do you want to tell us?
Okay.
When you do pension within even your own clan.
Okay.
So Bibisa, the most important thing is
Fifi Kwete. He says Muhammadu Bawumia is a disgrace to the North. Fifi Kwete said it. Fifi Kwete was a distinguished minister of agriculture. During his period,
The first time in the history of Ghana, agriculture grew at negative. By the time also Kojo came to take over agriculture, agriculture was growing at negative. Under Fifi, it was growing at negative. Growing at negative. That's his Fifi Kwete's record. He says, Muhammadu Bawumia is a disgrace to the North. See the video.
God is giving us again an opportunity to make a choice between two people. And these two people happen to come from the northern part of Ghana. One from the Savannah region, the other one from the northeast. Both of them original northern Ghana. Whereas one is known as a liar who can never tell the truth. The other one can be trusted for what he promises to give you. And northern region, you owe it to Ghana to make sure that that son that represents not your best image, that son that represents a disgrace to the North, should never rise to the leadership of this country, because that will be a disgrace to the whole of the northern region. Northern region, you need to do everything possible to ensure that that son of yours, that is an absolute disgrace and a humiliation to all of you, never rises to become the president of this country. You have been blessed to have a son who can be trusted.
Fifi Kwete. Did you see Alhaji Hudu Yaya's body language? Did you see it? Alhaji Hudu Yaya was shocked to the bone and marrow when he heard those words. Everyone clapped when he said, "You have an alternative in John Mahama." And then he went on a tangent and said, "Dr. Bawumia is a disgrace." Fifi Kwete. He says Bawumia is a disgrace to the North, and that the Northerners should ensure that this disgrace doesn't happen. He said, "Please play the smaller one, play the shorter one, play that again, the shorter one, play it."
That son that represents a disgrace to the North should never rise to the leadership of this country, because that will be a disgrace to the whole of the northern region.
You heard him. Bawumia went to Sakasaka Primary School in Tamale. Sakasaka Primary School, it's not an elite school. It's a basic school. It's an ordinary school. People call it Saito. His father was Mumuni Bawumia, the most distinguished. It didn't matter. They took him to Sakasaka Primary School so that he would learn the ropes. That's where Dr. Bawumia started from. He didn't come there from Sakasaka Primary School with his good grace to go to Achimota and Wesley Girls and Addis Adel. No, he kept faith. His father kept faith with Tamale. He took him to Tamale Secondary School. That's Dr. Bawumia's background, and I'm showing you so that you decide which one you want your son to be like. From Sakasaka Primary School, he went to Tamale Secondary School. That's his background. From Tamale Secondary School, he went abroad to go and do a diploma in accounting. That he studied at, where did he even study the diploma in accounting? He studied the diploma in accounting in Buckingham. No, the degree. He studied a diploma in accounting somewhere in London. He got a diploma in accounting. And then he went to do a degree in economics. He got a first class at Buckingham University. And after that, he studied on to do a master's in economics at the University of Oxford. And then he went over to Vancouver in Canada to do a PhD in economics. And then he came to teach at Wolf Caesar University, something like that. And then he went at the IMF as an economist. When in 2008, and he came to Bank of Ghana, we know all that. When in 2008, the election was lost, and Dr. Bawumia went out, he was nominated by the IMF to go and advise Robert Mugabe when Mugabe had the crisis. This is the story. Thank you very much. African Development Bank appoints Dr. Bawumia as rep for Zimbabwe. The African Development Bank, the AFDB, appointed Dr. Bawumia to go and represent them in Zimbabwe to be able to work with the Zimbabwe situation. What is disgraceful about this CV?
Yes. Interesting. What will make you say, "Wow, I really have a good day"? What will make you say that?
Oh, any day I feel satisfied that I have been of service to my fellow human beings. I become happy and I sleep well.
Right.
Any day I feel that I've mastered courage to do things that will serve the nation, even though many people are scared to attempt them. I sleep well.
You sleep well.
Yes.
You are not afraid to take risk.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
What is your biggest fear in life, General Mosquito?
Failure.
Failure. Interesting.
You know, he said that every brave man is a coward. But just that he is scared of things that ordinary people are not scared of.
That's right.
That is it.
Have you ever failed in an endeavor?
Oh, sure.
A case in point will be what?
Being a human being, you certainly will fail. But it depends on what you do with the failure.
What is it that you failed in and you were able to turn it around, General?
Well, there are things you aspire to get, you don't reach there. In politics, I failed once to become the presiding member of my district assembly. I was let down by people I trusted, and so the first round of the elections ended with me trailing by 7 votes to the person who emerged first. But that was not all. The rules require that the person should have 60% or so, a certain percentage, to test majority. So I was happy that somebody who could easily be my father, who could have taught me and so on, and I was able to come that close. So I just called him and said, "Oh, I'm yielding, so we should
Star 103.5 FM.
The assembly to be, stuck with difficulty of not having a presiding member."
Right.
Okay, so I volunteered and said he should take it. But the subsequent election,
you won.
They came to those who thought they were supporting him realized now that I could be a better person. So they went around campaigning for me without my consent. And when the time came for the elections, I declined.
You did?
Yes, I declined and allowed the same person they hated to go the second time.
Interesting.
Just to teach them a lesson.
Interesting. So in all of this, it speaks volumes, and we'll come to that. But I want to know, you work so hard. Do you get enough time to rest or to sleep? Do you sleep enough, General? Do you wish that you had time to?
I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how much
but
sleep.
Considering all,
sleep is enough.
They're saying 8 hours a day ordinarily. Do you get that or less?
Well, at times I get more than that. At times I get less than that. But I'm always conscious about my health. So when I work throughout the week and I realize that I need help, I can set out a whole day to sleep.
Wow.
And when I'm on the road, I make sure that the little opportunity I get, I sleep. So I always have a pillow in
your car.
In my car.
So you always have a pillow in your car.
Yes.
A lot of the youth are listening, and people who look up to you, want to be like you. It's life lessons that we are picking up, nuggets of wisdom, and of course life lessons. I have looked at your pictures over the past decades. I mean, I've seen that Francis Alban was in your house. We got videos to speak to that. You have barely changed. What's your secret to never growing old?
Well, maybe it is genetic. I wouldn't know, but I try to be myself. So I don't worry a lot.
You don't?
No, I don't worry a lot. And I take life challenges as they come, and I try to be,